Okay, this is 7-5, number 11. This one is a little tricky, I'm not gonna lie. So if we look at this one, we're solving for x. So it's 4 sine of x cosine of x equals 1. If you divide by 4 to both sides, you're gonna get kind of stuck. So first of all, I just kind of noticed this had a 2 sine x cosine x in it. So I rewrote this 4 as 2 times 2 sine x cosine x equals 1. So now if you know this is in a formula, 2 sine x cosine x is equal to the same thing as sine of 2x, which then we only have one trig function, which is better to solve. So now from here to solve, we'll divide by 2. So then we want to know, when does sine of 2x equal 1/2? I didn't read the instructions, so I don't know if it's solve. Let me look real quick on an interval from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, cool. So we just, first of all, remember we solve it like normal. We say, when does sine of, we look for when does sine of x equal 1/2. So if we think about it, cosine x, sine is y. Let's see on our unit circle, we have 1/2 root 3 over 2, root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. And then we have, sorry, I just like want to draw this in real quick. Oh, this is actually backwards, my bad. This is 1/2 root 3 over 2. Then this would be 1/2 root 3 over 2. And straight up would be, okay. So we're looking at this. So when does sine equal 1/2? So on an interval from 0 to pi, cosine x, sine is y. So that would be 30 degrees or pi 6. So x equals pi 6. Where else? Let's think. If we're thinking about the unit circle, it's anytime it equals 1/2. So it also happens at 5 pi 6. So x equals 5 pi 6. And then if we're doing it, I just got, sorry, something in my mouth. So then from here, we actually are dealing with, I like to just do it in general, plus 2 pi n. Plus 2 pi n, and then if we're solving on an interval from 0 to 2 pi, I then do the algebra. This helps me not miss anything. Let's see. So now from here, we're actually dealing with 2x. So then we would times both sides by 1/2, times by 1/2, times by 1/2, times by 1/2, sorry, times by 1/2, times by 1/2, times by 1/2. So the general truth statement would be pi 12ths. Pi 12ths plus pi n. This would be the general formula. X equals 5 pi 12ths plus pi n. Then what I like to do is say, okay, if we're doing it from an interval from 0 to 2 pi, if you do it this way, it just helps you not miss anything, like I've said. Let me just make sure you can still see everything on my video because I kind of moved my chair. Okay, so let's let n equal 0. If n equals 0, we get plug in 0 right here and right here, we get pi 12ths, and we also get 5 pi 12ths. If we plug in n equals 1, that would look, the math would look like this. Pi 12ths plus pi times 1. So then getting a common denominator, times by 12, times by 12. So that would be 13 pi 12ths. I just like to do this. Let's see, is that on an interval from 0 to 2 pi? Let's take a look. So 2 pi is approximately, I like to look at decimals, that's about 6.2. So then if we do 13 times pi divided by 12, that is 3.4. So that actually is on our interval from 0 to 2 pi. That's about 3.4 in decimal radians. Oopsies. Okay, so now let's keep going. If we plug in 1 here, we have 5 pi 12ths plus pi, so then times by 12, times by 12, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pi 12ths. So then I'm going to make sure that's on the interval. 17 times pi divided by 12 is 4.5. So that is on our interval from 0 to 2 pi. Let's plug in n equals 2. Well, that's obviously going to be off because think about it. If you plug in 2 right here, 2 pi plus something would be over 2 pi. So hopefully that helps everybody with that one.